Hi, today we're going to go through the online lecture on how to create FA for your logos. For submission, you will need to produce two full color version. One is with Pantone colors, second one is CYMK colors. And then you also need to create a grayscale version, which is here, as well as the black and white version. So total 4 EPS file of logos. But in this tutorial, I'm also going to show you guys the two color version where how you create like 50% of a Pantone colors and a tint of a Pantone colors. In this case, what I'm going to show is that the lighter pink color is actually a 50% of this dark pink. Okay, so yeah. So as you can see, this one is the full color logo, this one is the two color logo, this one is the grayscale logo, and this one is the black and white. Over here, these are the Pantone colors and the CYNK breakdown, as well as the grayscale breakdown that I've pre-selected for my brand. Before we do the proper FA setting for the logo form, let's get all the colors on the swatches first. I also realized that a lot of you don't really know how to use Illustrator swatches, so I'm just going to show you guys a little bit of things here and there. Yeah, so do take note if you need to. Okay. When you open your swatches in Illustrator, you will see all these color swatches, right? And you notice that they are just a square of colors. If you double click on them, so this swatch option window pops up, you notice there's this color type called process color or spot color. Spot color means they are special color lah. So if it's a C1K reading, usually keep it as process. But there's this thing called global, so you need to click on it and then you hit OK. Then you see that suddenly the square has this triangle corner. So this means that this color swatch is a global color. What does global mean? It means that, like, let's say I'm going to draw a rectangle. So now this rectangle is using the global swatch, right? I'm going to create another one and I'm going to select this yellow color. So global color allows you to change the color. That means that if I modify the color on the swatch without selecting the object that uses that color, I'm going to change it to something very drastic like a green color and hit preview, you realize the color uses that swatch changes according to the new setting that you have set. See, change to green, from red to green. Yeah. Whereas this one, which is using the yellow, okay, I'm not gonna select it, right? So I double click. If I change the swatch, right? Okay, now it's a blue, right? When I hit preview, you see it doesn't change because it's not a global swatch. Yeah. This is super useful, especially if you are doing a project, right? And you're going to do some test print just to make sure that color comes out from the laser printer is exactly the color that you want it. You can just change the global swatch so that the whole design that you use in Illustrator can change the tone of the colors when you print. Yeah. Okay. So that's about colors. Oh, one more thing. If you see the swatch with a dot inside the triangle, right? This means they are spot color. You see, if I double click, it says spot color. Okay. Okay, let me delete the whole thing. And let's get all the colors that we need into the swatch first. First of all, I'm going to delete all the swatches. So we have a clean start. So now there's no more colors. So there are Pantone colors, right? So let's add it. Go to Open Swatch Library, Color Book, and then Pantone Solid Coated. This is how it looks. But how are you going to know which one is which? So usually I'll set it to small list view so where I can see the Pantone numbers. So first one is 229. Just hit 229. Okay, and then just drag and drop. 205. Oh, okay, got it. 205. Okay, for the black, right? So instead of selecting Pantone Process Black, I'm just going to use 100K as the swatch. Okay, since there's only 2 Pantone swatch, I'm just going to close this, and I'm just going to add a new color, Process, Global, CINK, and I'm just going to put 100K. Make sure this reading is 100K. Okay. Now let's create the dark pink, which is, I think you can just clean here. 25, 100, 50, 60. Okay. And the pink is 0C, 85, 20, and 0. Okay. You also need to create, just now I said that this, for the 2-color version, the lighter pink tone is actually 50% of this Pantone coated 229C. So just click on 229C and then open this color panel window. You can just key in 50%, and then this is 50%, so you just drag and drop. So now this is 50% of this. Let me just put it here so that we know. Actually, I can change this to small list so I can really see the naming and reading. Okay, we will also have, close this, we also have the 85% gray and a 50% gray, so let me add in that as well. Okay, let me go back to the I think this one needs to push back to 100% so that I can create, yeah, that's why. 50K, and my one is the 85. Okay, pull the switches on. Okay, now we have all our swatches. Okay, so let me close this. Let me zoom in. So over here, there are 2 logos. These are 2 full color logos. At one glance, they look the same, right? But the one on the left, this I will consider a working version, and the one on the right is the one that is the FA version. Okay, I'll show you the difference. When you highlight both, right, you can see that the one on the left is created using a lot of shapes, right? And also the outline, right, is a stroke instead of a shape. And also the font is, the typeface is a font instead of a shape. When for FA version, right, everything needs to become a shape. Yeah, so if I move this object, you can see very clearly. You see how all this detail is being punched out, right? It's not like a shape on top of another. Get the idea? If you want to do FA, this is not the right way to do it. Okay, let's undo it. So I'm going to show you guys how to get from here to here. Okay. Click. I'm going to change it on this one. Okay. So for all the stroke, let me ungroup it. All the stroke that was using here, you should go to object, expand it. Expand so that it become a shape, right? So this and this one is used to hide this part. So we need to minus it. So this piece needs to minus the piece on top. So go to Pathfinder. Yeah, you need to use the Pathfinder a lot when creating an FA logo. So punch it out. Same thing here, this circle and this one. Punch the shape out. And then now select all this shape and group them together. Create union, right? So now they are being grouped together. Try to understand the Pathfinder, it's very useful. So now we need the outside of this to be a shape. So go to object, expand it. Expand. So ungroup. The pink circle, right? You see it's actually bigger than this outline shape, so it needs to be punched off. So what I'll do is select the outer shape, right? Object, no, edit, go to edit, copy, right? Then you select the pink color circle, then you go to edit again, paste that shape in front, paste in front. So now this shape is directly in front of the circle, so hit shift and then click on the circle and then you punch it out. Okay, so now this is just that circle. So when I move this circle, you see, get the idea? Okay, now what we need to do is to copy this black graphics, right? And then punch this shape, the light pink and the dark pink. Okay, so edit, copy, paste on top the pink shape, and hit shift. So you're selecting these two shape, right? And then punch, which will give you this, right? Okay, copy this, copy, paste on top of this dark pink shape. Select both and then punch. So now this is out. Okay. Then of course the font you need to go to type and create outline. Then it just become shapes. So once this is done, this logo is ready for FA. But before you go FA, you need to select all the black and then choose 100% K. Select the light pink, choose the Pantone swatch, and the dark pink, choose the Pantone swatch. Okay, so this one is ready. So select all, copy, and go file, new. You can choose A4. Landscape or portrait doesn't matter. Hit OK. Before you do anything, just make sure you delete away all the swatches. first two you can't delete away, so let's just delete all the swatches. Yes. Delete. Yes. And then you paste. See, when you paste, all the colors come in as well. Yeah. Group it. I would like to always put it in the middle of the page. Okay. So the Pantone version is done. Just hit save and just key in. Do give proper names. For this, I'll call it as Stropire, which is name of the brand, logo, and then Pantone coated. I hope I spell correctly. Okay, and then you probably want to create a folder. I'll call it final logos EPS. Actually, I have the same folder here lah, but the name is slightly different. Underscore. Okay, create. So this is the one that we should look at after everything is done instead of this one. Okay. Oh, forgot something. Right now it's saved as AI. I should save it as EPS. Right, so make sure you select EPS and then save. Okay, actually I don't need the AI version, so I'm just going to delete away the AI version to prevent confusion, and also delete away this whole folder. So it's just going to be this folder. After everything is done, we can see all the version here. Okay, so this one is done. I'm just going to keep it for now. And we'll move to the next version. When you have the Pantone color version, right, now it's just changing the Pantone color into CYNK, and then you're done. So let's select the light pink and choose the CYNK colors. Dark pink, CYNK colors. The black is already in CYNK, 100% K. So select all, copy, and over here, just delete away this logo, trash, and then paste, group it. Once you paste, you see the CYNK color comes in, right? And then just place it in the center of the page. Now save this as, and then change the Pantone coated to CMYK. Save. Okay. Now let's look at the grayscale. Oh no, let's look at the two-color logo version. Two-color version is just changing the pink into this 50% of the dark pink, right? So a quick way is we can draw a color box, fill it with this 50%, right? And copy and then paste it in so that the swatch will appear here. Oh no, it's just showing the Pantone swatch, but this one needs to ungroup. Select the dark pink and choose the Pantone, right? And then this light pink, you can use a picker to choose it. This one is actually 50%, so we can, yeah, when you create new, the 50% will come out. So this one delete. And now you group it first. Save as 2C spot, 2 color one and 2 spot colors. Okay, save. Okay. Oh, okay, this is wrong because we need to delete away any swatches that is not used. So let's delete and then save again. Save. Okay, so we save again. So now this is correct because for FA, right, you should not have any swatches that is not being used on your logo. Like this version, there's only the Pantone 229 and the Pantone 229 50%, and also the black. Okay, so let's get to the one color version should be easy. Just select this to be the 85% black, and this one change to 50%. Yeah. So copy, bring to this page. Delete. You can delete away all the swatch. Yes. Then paste. Group it. So now group together and place it in the center of the page. Same thing. Save as. Put it gray. Scale. Okay. Okay, now let's get to the last one. The last one is the black and white version. So the black and white version, I decided to redo the punching and all this kind of thing because it's a black and white. It's a bit different. So I'm just going to punch this out first. My view right. Okay, punch it out. Right. Expand the stroke. And then I'll just select all this and union. Right. This one, outline. The shortcut for outlining a type is Command Shift O. So Command Shift O, then it changes. Yeah. So for the black and white logo version, right, the white area should always be transparent, which means that, let me group this first, which means that if you put this logo on a color background, you can send it to back, you know, the white area should feel like it's transparent. So this is the black and white logo version. It's only have 100% black, right? Okay, before we copy and paste, we need to select it to be the 100% black. Yeah. So copy, delete this one, delete away all the swatch, and then paste. Same thing, place it in the center of the page. So save. Black. You should just put P and W. That people understands black and white. Save. Okay. And sometimes you also need to have a version called the reverse white, right? Then we just change this to white. Change the swatch to white because it's global. So when I change it to white, this will change to white, right? And you can just on the page it looks like there's nothing, but actually the logo is there. So you can save as and then put it as reverse white. Save. Okay. So I hope you guys understand what's going on. The key thing is, let me close this. The key thing is the FA of the logo, right? The form of the logo, it should not be a typeface. Like the font should always be, the typeface should not be a font. It should be outlined into shapes. There should not be any stroke, right? All the strokes should be expand, become a shape, and the logo should not be using shapes to put on top of another shape to create. Like for example, this, like it's a small circle put on top of the big circle to create this opening mouth of the character, and also like the ear or the hair, should not be an additional shape. Or this should be union to form a full graphics like this, right? And any form of hidden, it needs to be chopped off or whatever. When you divide, you can see, right? You need to get to this level. Okay, so that's how we will mark for. These are the things that we'll look for for your FA logos. And if I go to the folder of the FA logos, right, it's only that logo. If I double click, sorry, I should just drag and open in Illustrator. Right, you see this logo, all the colors, you only have the colors that is being used here. There's no any other additional colors. So I'll minus mark if I see any unnecessary color in your final FA logos, or there is no colors. You need to have all the colors. Okay, I guess that's all. If you have any further question, please check with your lecturer. Okay, all the best. Bye.